I am live on my phone, so let me just end this one, and hopefully it will automatically transition to the other one. But what is this one called, though? The check. Mm, does it have the same name? I do not know. You know what? I'll figure that one out later. Let me do this quickly and see what I can do. Let me end it for now on this. And then dismiss. Okay. I think it just says I'm live, probably. I want to see if it's still active, because right now it says alright, welcome back, Madoka. So yeah, right now I'm just testing if it works, plus I'm not even sure if my screen is okay. Like, is it visible enough? Because I'm really not sure. As you can see, these are literally the pages I had open just to try and figure out the OBS situation before I play another person's YouTube video. I need to switch this off. Let me just wee. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So that is your reference on the screen. And since I only have this reference basically to rely on, I'll just keep jumping back to it again and again. So yeah, let me just minimize and yeah. Besides that, how has your day been, Madoka? Been all good? You said you were preparing for a physics test. What? Happy to hear you've been good. Although God also fits. Yeah, I would agree as well. But I have to close OBS. I don't know why I didn't close it yet. Close. Yes. But yeah. It's kind of funny how right now I have to like start from the very beginning in like the funniest way possible. So our first start was the what you call it? The gesture drawing of Walpurgisnacht. Want to play on Minecraft server someday? I don't mind. At the moment in time, I do not have Minecraft. So if you can hook me up with a good Minecraft game, like one I can access, then we can definitely play on the server. The what? No, I'm saying we're gonna start with the gesture line. That's basically, you see, from her head all the way to the bottom of the gear that she's connected to. There's like a very diagonal line that shows in which shape she's supposed to be and how we can get the best idea out of her, you know. So I'm gonna do this quickly. I do not know if this is gonna ruin everything, but forgive me for like 5 seconds. I really need a camera and a better phone. I hope this is not bad, but yeah, yeah, it actually looks better. The gear is a stage or podium, hence the stage constructing which. That is actually pretty cool. I never knew that actually. Right now, for anyone wandering in and seeing the camera move about in this way, I promise I'm setting up my camera with a mug because I don't have like a camera stand or a camera. It's just my phone. So pretty interesting stuff. You hopefully you'll enjoy this bit of struggle that I'm going through. I just need to squeeze it in with my pencil case. Wait, yep, there is more people. I saw actually, like, remember last time I told you on my schedule, um, people normally come in towards the weekends. Um, that's why if you saw even on the poll, there was someone who wanted the stream to be on Friday. Ooh, okay, I think this should be fine. Yeah. Or is it too far away? Oh my. Ooh, my phone almost fell. Okay. Man, I'm struggling with this. I do not know why. Oh yeah, simple reason I guess is because. Wait, what if I grab another mug? Uh, this is mug number 2 I'm using as a stand. Let us see. Oh, apparently I don't need mug number 2, but I'm just gonna put it here anyway. So yeah, we have good balance. Let me just pull this closer so it's more visible. This book, it says my whole soul tastes salty. I didn't meant that as a joke, Madok. Like I know it sounds stupid, but like someone is like, oh yeah, this this salt tastes pretty salty, and it's like of course Sherlock, it tastes salty because it's salt. But you know the one thing that you can say in that regard that every scientist basically uses as some sort of excuse is basically someone saying that in that phrase, it's like the table salt tastes salty is a very informed assessment of what is happening. So even if it does sound stupid, it's still like an assessment someone can make. I mean, it's like the age old theory. What came first, the chicken or the egg? And then people say the egg, but if we say the egg, then what laid the egg? If we say the chicken, then where did the chicken come from? But it makes more sense that it's the chicken and not the egg, to be fair. But yeah, I drew this a bit too diagonal. I can't lie. It's not good. Yeah, it's gonna be a very fun stream, you know. Because right now you're gonna see this from start to finish, and then you're gonna give me your best thoughts on it. Uh, Quick, make up a name for this salt. Salty. I think the word salt comes from like probably some Latin term. I don't know, but most of the time I've seen that like most of our creations and the names that we have for them, they're like Latin based, which is pretty interesting because Latin now is seen as like you know, an extinct language. So maybe someone in Latin just just looked at that and was like, maybe this is salty, hence why salt. It's like it's like the color orange. Do you know that neither the color orange nor the fruit came first? The tree was the first thing that came up. It was the orange tree, which now you have the orange tree fruit, and then it ended up just being orange. And I learned that from, I think, some random video. I don't know when it was, but Walpurgisnacht can be in any direction since she just flows. That's fair. I wanted to keep it true to the reference picture though, so I didn't want to mess it up. But yeah, prepare to see the greatest construction drawing you will ever see. We first start with this lovely lollipop, right? That we're gonna dissect in the future. And then she has a very unique structure. So that's going to be very important to keep in mind. And right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember to make it a bit more 3D because right now she's looking a bit too flat for my liking. Not expressive enough. I can actually take Latin at school. That is pretty awesome, actually. I didn't know that there was some schools that were still teaching Latin. Like I know for sure, yeah, there are like, for example, like in universities that do Latin, but mostly it's when it comes to law and stuff. But I never really knew there was a school that can actually like specifically teach Latin. It's not bad or anything. It's just so surprising. And my Latin teacher said after the students said that matter. Wait, what? That matter means. What's this? Is it matter or mater means mom is a man? Said this. What? I'm confused. Okay, so I drew the gesture line. It's for the. What's it? We. Okay. Alright. Okay, so this giant circular thingy. It's looking like something. That's what I can say. I'm also confused. I spelled that really wrong. Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. Yeah, the body's really up. So, ooh. I really do have to choose how I make it. Because if I make her here, woo, and just. But what do I do? What do I do? Do I shift it or no? I think it's fine. The only thing I probably should shift is this. Should I? Oh, this is so confusing. I don't know what to do. Right now, I have to try and. Okay, I feel like I'll fail at this. Maybe an artist's biggest fear. Yeah, especially like for an artist like myself who is basically still not too like experienced and stuff like this, it is not good at all. Like I feel like I have to restart. But you know what I can do? I could try to foreshorten her. It's gonna be quite the mission because I'm also not too good at that. But maybe that this is the challenge. That maybe that's the way. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. She's floating, and I need my glasses on. That's why I don't. I can't see properly for some reason. My eyes are painful. Okay. So she's floating like that. There's a possibility I can mix that like. It's still massive. So what if I make the head like this big? And then I foreshorten the body to the point where this is still everything. Will it work? I hope it does. And then, yeah, you'll see in a second. It's not too massive, but I want to make her head massive for like, you know, research purposes, if that makes sense. probably won't, but then draw another circle here for her body. This is literally me just experimenting. I have never drawn like a drawing like this before. But that's why I love, you know, this this YouTube gig or like side hobby. I should probably call it a side hobby. Because I get to learn a way lot more than I did previously. And you know what else is massive? The sun, if I remember correctly. Yeah, sun is pretty massive. Okay, okay, if I was to draw, okay, then this would be the base of the dress before it continues to spread out indefinitely. This looks like, I don't know. You know, many people would stop here. You know what? Many people would stop here, and then like this would be considered as, oh, it's such a wonderful, expressive drawing, such emotion, such vigor, such beautiful expression, brings tears to my eyes, type of shenanigans. And to that I say, nah, not a fan. Like it, I don't know. For me, it's not like you could relate it to, you know, I guess what is it? Um, AI art in any way. You can't, because that's like the epitome of like bad report. But I just feel like if anyone is like a abstract artist, for me it's gonna be difficult to like fully respect them, you know, because I feel like what they're doing is, I don't know. Some abstract art is pretty cool. That one I can definitely say. Yeah, it's more beautiful than AI slop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for some, I can definitely agree that it looks more beautiful than the AI stuff. Like to be fair, even a 5 year old or like a 3 year old's drawing is far better than anything AI could like blurt out, just because it's like actual human effort. The one thing what is it? The one thing I'm really just afraid of is human creativity might just take a massive bump, you know, where not many people won't feel like creating because of this AI stuff. But I can only wish that, like, you know, abstract artists would give me more to love, you know. At the moment, there isn't much, really isn't much. I don't know what I'm trying to do for this drawing. If it doesn't work out, I'll restart, most definitely. Like, am I doing this wrong? I think I am. Um, Maybe not, but I feel like I am because yeah, it's not how it's supposed to be. Panning between a different thing again and again. It's not really nice. Okay, she has like an outer skirt here, and then okay, the outer skirt goes there, then the other one goes here. Yes. This still looks like some random shenanigans. It doesn't look like anything. Like it honestly does not, and that is quite scary. I can't lie. Okay, then the dress opens up here, opens up there, and I think the pole. I don't know. the support that she has on the stage is there. And now, oh yeah, she has like the smaller crank as well. Right, so I have to make this disappear, I guess, because it has to be like very small, just barely peeking over. It's more beautiful than a. Wait, I thought there was a new comment. No, okay. Trying something, but not sure how it's going so far. Then yeah, this doesn't look good. Okay, see that? Like barely out. Wee. Peeking in that sense. First circle, second circle, and then third circle is the one with the gear stuff and all whatnot. You know, a lot of the artists out there that I do wish to be like, such as Yusuke Murata, men's sketches are pretty insane. They really are insane. Wait, what do I do? Ah, my anatomy needs to help me now. And then I think here, like, I don't know why. This is so difficult. I can't. Why can't I envision it? Do I start from the beginning? I just need physical stores for Joji Fuku clothes or cute core. Not sure where you can actually get that from, because you can try maybe in like anime expos or stuff like that. Probably will be best, and normally works out like way better too. Like if you do wait for these like massive events and stuff like that, or ordering it online as well. That's what I'm saying. I don't really know how much that would work or the cost even as well. Because wait, left hand up. You could try. And it has a good chance of working and not so much working. I think only hope is the best way to go forward, if that makes sense. But what are like Joji Fuku clothes? I am not really like very educated when it comes to that. I have close to zero idea actually. Ooh, do I make her body smaller? Because right now, yeah, she's massive. Is it because I haven't been drawing in like 2 or so weeks? Like I'm struggling so much. I can't. I'm trying to, but like I don't know why I'm experimenting with these ones because the perspective is really kicking me right now. Like extremely so. Uh, Should I this way? Not. Let's do that. This feels a bit too congested. I think Isabel would been a better pick. Criminal child. Potentially, but I want to. Thing is, at the moment, I'm making it more complicated for myself because I'm trying to see a different perspective, or if I just, you know, stick to the original reference and just draw it that way, because I'm not sure if that can work or not. For now, I'm trying to push it to see how far I can get before I hit my ultimate stopping point, where I might be like, okay, I may need to revisit this or like start from the very beginning again, because right now it only looks bad because I don't know where to start, and I'm confused on a lot of things. But it's a very interesting like concept of a character, and I would actually like to see if I can nail this down or not, especially if it just comes to the likeness. Because the key part of these things is normally if you can get the likeness of the character down, then for the most part you are a okay. You know, like right now I'm starting to put in the very recognizable features that could elevate the drawing a bit. Uh, she is really like up in the just in front of the camera, like full on. And I think that's the problem. I need to shrink the picture, which I shall right now. I will do that right now. I made it. I made her a bit too big. Let me shrink. Wee. Because she needs to be visible to like a very large extent. You know. I think. Let's say you see like how it looks now. Now I have like more space to like edit stuff and make her look like how she's supposed to, and also include the veil. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to do it here. All right, let me see. Low key, gonna ask my mom if I can draw on my kite clothes to make it Joji. We actually have to see if she will agree, because that could work. It could work. I'm worried she'll think about the financial side of things. Like, that means you're gonna have to wear, like, whenever you have that particular outfit, you're gonna wear it specifically, without being able to change it in any way. Which I don't think he would mind. So I think won't be too much of a problem. But hopefully she's okay with it. Oh, white. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant something else. I don't actually know what. I thought a kite. I was saying kite. I said kite for some reason. I am so sorry. But yeah, okay. You know what's even funnier right now? I'm drawing this without a reference, like in terms of the fingers. So my finger anatomy might actually be very much cooked. I don't even know. Like these look like I'm sorry, these look like man hands. I've been drawing man hands like for the majority of my life, so I don't mean didn't mean to make her have man hands. And try to make them as soft as possible. Why are the fingers coming out of her? No. They're not actually coming out of her. She's like reaching towards the camera. you know, because this is like her face. I don't know if that like kind of helps in terms of like clarify. But imagine if you take a selfie of yourself, right? But then you reach towards the camera, so it kind of makes it look like that the hand has to become a lot bigger than the rest of the body, so that you could see you know the reach that she has. And think I was freaking out before about this other arm, which is why I didn't draw it correctly. So yeah, I love how I was freaking out in the beginning about how she was looking, and then as soon as I shrunk the picture, I'm like, oh, okay, this can actually work. Like it's really funny how this works out, and this is sort of something that happens to me like on a regular basis. It's too regular. Like whenever I have to draw something. Ooh, wait, I have to. Okay. The this part of her clothes might cover her face to some degree, but I think it should be fine. I should be able to manage it well to the point where it's not too much. Yeah. All right. I'm actually getting excited now. Just good. I don't know how her hands look like, but yeah. Does she show her hands throughout the series? Her whole is just so complicated. Yeah, yeah, very much. It is just crazy. The design is like you can never pinpoint one thing and be like, okay, this is fine. I'm always questioning like the uniqueness of this design is absolutely crazy. Oh, okay. If she doesn't show her hands, then I can just freestyle and say that's how her hands look. And then hopefully we don't get anyone who will disagree with me to the point of probably making their point known in the craziest way possible. Okay, for now, do I lead out the hand? Because it's turning out like that. Okay, let's see. She has massive forearms though. Like I don't know what's her routine. Oh no, it's the outfit. Sorry, I thought it was. Thought for a second that she lifted crazy weights with her forearms, which I was gonna be like, yeah, I would like to be on that program, just to see what she does. There are other unique witches, for example, Patricia. Interesting. As I last time, like I did say, I do want to probably start watching Madoka Magica to be able to fully see like what they're capable of, as well as like their different designs. So I think it'll also help me in a lot of ways as well, because this is the first time I've drawn something this complicated. And really, I have to be drawing more things that are complicated to an extreme extent. They have all such basic names, but such complicated designs. I think that's the beauty of it, you know, the beauty of having such a name, because you expect. I think the creator of the show wanted to make sure that their names don't become the central focus, but what they do and how they look like is what carries them as a character. And again, it helps to avoid situations where you have a character who looks really amazing and you try to remember what their name is, but you can't. And I have encountered that too many times with too many anime. And yeah, it's not very fun, I tell you. Not very fun at all. Okay, I'll just do that. All right. We are almost at the finish line. I'm joking, we're just getting started. Yeah. Right. I have to first curl up this part first. I have to wrap it around the body. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. All right. Yes, go up with the dress. I need better drawing skills. Like you know, this two past 2 weeks I've just been busy with stuff. Wait, like candy or so like a candy, right? Yeah. Madoka's which form's legs is how many times Hamura tried saving her. So in the first timeline, she was a diamond. That is weird. So now, her being a diamond, how many legs did she have at that point? Did she, is that like having none? Or in the sense of the legs now became, I guess, part of her body? Question mark? I'm kind of not sure. No, like the first timeline, she had one leg, hence diamond. Oh, okay. So, okay. Hmm. Okay. This is where it's supposed to go. Then I have to. Okay. Think this should be an adequate circular size. I might be wrong, but I'm hoping I'm not. Okay. This way. And then, right. Just keep going down that way. And hopefully it'll look better. Sometimes I wonder, to people who stumble upon these streams of mine, how does it look like when they just like randomly pop up and then they see like this video? Like, what's the first thing that goes through their mind? Like, I wonder what he's drawing, and then they dip, something like that. To be fair, I have been guilty of that. I remember normally I would just be doom scrolling, and then if I encounter like an interesting drawing, I just go like, huh, that's pretty cool, and then I move forward. But I've noticed that there's been like a lot of creators lately that have like skyrocketed, I guess, in the terms of like drawing, which is a very cool thing, and makes me very glad indeed. I won't say it makes my job easier. I still need to work very hard, to be fair. And yeah, but yeah, I'm really interested like in the lore of Madoka Magica because honestly, and it's like I said last time, such a show that was supposed to be, you know, about cute, adorable. Okay, that's very redundant. That was supposed to be about some adorable girls who had magical powers, just turned into something out of like a horror movie, where now you just are close to crying every 5 minutes. How does that work? Look is really complicated. Not dark. People say it is dark, but just a complex plot. That is very interesting. Because I have heard like people saying that it is like very much dark. I think it's mostly because they don't expect cute, adorable girls to turn into multiversal threats. Which, to be fair, I actually do support them in that point. But yeah, it sounds very interesting because What do you mean? Everything started out so well, but at the end of the series, there's so much lore to digest that not anyone who just walks in could be able to basically explain what happened. You have to actually sit down and think about it before you can truly understand the lore of, you know, Madoka Magica. It is quite interesting, and hence why I'm saying it's one of the key things I like about being in this space where I'm trying to create new things, or and I guess it leaves me open to new creations as well, such as um, different anime I've never seen before. Oh wait, I have to make this. Yeah. So okay, now with the glove that I have to give her, or the thing that covers her hand, I'm estimating maybe I show it to cover the top part of her hand, but not the bottom. Maybe that's the play. I just do something like this, where, and then it's just so unneat, and it's so interesting as well. That's There's so much to grasp. Okay. Oh yeah. I would like to apologize if I'm not too talkative today. I am actually very tired. This week has been extra crazy, if I can say. Too crazy for my liking. And honestly, uh, it's been interesting, especially like with maths and all that other stuff. Yeah, maths was not fun to write this week. It really wasn't fun to write. Okay, wait. Then let me shift this one here. Okay. I don't know how that will look, but I also can't crack jokes right now for some reason. Yeah, it's like if you look outside, I don't know how your weather's looking. Mine is looking very sad. It's like very cloudy. Rowdy stuff, I tell you. But yeah, I think today has just been like a very slow day at the office. I wish it was different. I really do wish I had a lot of energy. Because, like, I was first planning on making this like a potentially a 6 hour stream or something. But once I saw that, with OBS and the different things what is it, the different problems I encountered with it, it was so frustrating. Let me make the horn over here. Um, the office unk has a job. I do too. I don't have a job. I have school, but it's university, so now I don't know. It technically does feel like a job, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say it is. You know, it's just a part of life. They say. It's funny. Most of the time, as a kid, I always looked forward to growing up, and then I'm not fully grown yet, but how far I am just makes me wish I can go back and be a child again. I want to be a baby. You know, babies have it so chill because what do you mean you get free food, free what you call it, free I guess sanitary service, and whatever you do, like nobody blames you for it. They just say like, "Oh no, you're just a baby." I low key want to make a Vocaloid songs about my OCs or legends. That sounds pretty cool. As for me, I haven't really delved too deep when it comes to my OCs. But the fact that you've been able like to identify, or you want to be able to create some songs for to create an atmosphere around your characters is actually pretty awesome. So I think you should definitely try doing that. It would be pretty fun. Babies suck. YouTube gonna get mad if I say it in public, but when I no, don't do it. I mean, babies they're not that okay. They're bad in the aspect of when they cry, they don't want to stop crying. Yeah, that's when they really do suck. But that's the price you pay, no? Like you can't have cute and adorable without problems. You have cute and adorable with annoying problems. And yeah, get to enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. Do you have it like what you call it? Any siblings? Because for me, I do have two siblings at the moment, but when it comes to any babies that my family has had while I was conscious enough to realize, it hasn't been many, but I think it's been just two so far. And the two I have been able to bear witness to, which is very adorable, all in all, Not too many issues. Sure, they cried a lot, and sure, it got annoying real quick, but that's the point. That's why you love them or hate them. I don't know. It depends sometimes. They're like a hit and miss, you know. So yeah, wait, let me see. Okay. Okay, right. This looks nice now. This looks very promising. Oh yeah, you know the funny thing is about digital art? I have so many things that can help me in this application, but I choose not to use them. Not because I am like elite and all that other stuff, far from it. It's because I simply don't know how to use them. Like you will see in a moment when remember also when I was coloring, the reason why it took so long is because I don't know how to use the coloring like the autofill tool in a way where it's easier to like do it. Because I've tried, like I did try it offline when I was practicing, and it was so difficult. I actually spent more time trying to fill in the color with the coloring stuff with the autofill tool than I did with just like regular old school coloring that I use as a method. Yeah. Wait, I need to. Okay. So this is here. How can I make it? I need to make it two circles, and the outer circle needs to. Because the shape is diagonal. So now I have to think about it. In a diagonal space, to where it is now, central point to the end. Um, has to be slightly shifted. So let's say if I was to go here, will that be enough? I hope it will. Alright. Let's see if it works. So yeah. One thing about perspective is it's really difficult. And I do have a lot of reference pictures that could help me practice perspective. It's just that this time around I didn't have too much time, I guess, to practice, which is nothing but a sad excuse. But I do need to actually lock in a bit more when it comes to this. So honestly, like different events, like university wise, where drawing is required and then you have to be at your very best, especially participating for like a residence and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool concept, but it requires the diligence of it as well. Because I remember very explicitly that a lot of people I worked with last year, and yeah, specifically last year, a lot of people I worked with last year were people who had already like been to either having a art school background or they did art in their school to the point where it was like very serious and extremely competitive. And I always appreciate stuff like that. Where the problem comes in is when I cannot match, I guess, when I can't match them in skill, it becomes so sad and very much annoying on my side. Like, I sometimes wonder, is going to art school actually worth it in this like modern economy? Obviously, I feel like if I had the opportunity to, like if I didn't want to become like an astrophysicist and all that, I would potentially want to journey to become like an artist and go to art school. But like the really deep question is, would it be worth it? Like, would it be actually worthwhile to the point where I can be happy with that decision? Because as it stands, I actually do not know, not in the slightest. I wish I also like had more like art based friends who I could ask about this. I have a friend who is very good at art, much better than me. Who he was actually the guy who inspired me to try and draw more original characters. And yeah, I don't think apart from him, there's like a friend who I would say distinctively is an art friend, apart from my other friend within the university as well. Okay, this should be all the way up. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Really is interesting. Okay, the gear shift. Now I have to kind of lock in and see if I can make this really visible, especially when I have to edit, because when I mean edit, I mean actually putting in the final details. And now I'm getting messages. So the final details of this thing is such a hassle to nail down. And I think you guys will see in a moment's time, as soon as I switch to having to cover up, I guess, the remaining stuff. It's gonna be super interesting. Wait, okay, so I've done that. The grooves do not elongate very long. So I think I did pretty well in that department. I don't know if I should mark them because they have like slight grooves in the middle as well. I want to know who's the person who came up with these designs because they are absolutely insane. You have a witch with half of her head gone, smiling ear to ear, quite literally. Ah, this is even her ear. It is. I don't know why she looks like a coffee mug though, but yeah. So, okay, I need to figure out this part, how I'm gonna do it. But yeah. I'm gonna have to back up a bit. Okay. Oh my god. Someone named Curry, their company. Yakidan in curry. That sounds delicious, actually. I've actually never had curry in my life, so I don't really know how it tastes like. But it sounds really like there are a lot of businesses that do name, the establishments after, what they do sell. So, but the first time I'm hearing like of an actual business that started out just naming themselves like something curry, it's very interesting. Like extremely. Okay, I have to draw the lips. Okay, so if this is the nose, which it probably should be. Now that's kind of difficult actually. Oh, why? Okay, if that's what I should have been, then the nose should be somewhere around here, right? And then, yeah. I wish I could. Can I flip the canvas? I could. Oh, wait, how does it look here? Why does it look like a straight line? It kind of does look like a straight line. But okay, all right. Oh, I wish I could just. Can I tilt it? I think I can, but. Okay. I have to go this because it's this way, so. Alright. She has like some tiny knobs here. I don't know what purpose they serve, but I think I'll leave it like that. I don't know. Problem is the face is not equilateral. I think I'm gonna have to cover it up like here. Yeah, that should be fine. And that should be okay. And then okay. That's it. Oh my, Walpurgisnacht is so mommy. I shouldn't say that because she is my enemy. Yeah. I mean, admiration for your foes is acceptable, but to a certain degree, you know. And I think calling them your mommy is a very good move on your part, especially if you want to retain your superior outlook as well. But yeah, well, that is the draft of Walpurgisnacht for now. We're gonna dive into the coloring phase. Or should I add more details? I could, but oh no, I need to rub out stuff. Yes, I almost forgot about that. Here's the stage I kind of like and don't like at the same time. It's removing the parts I think I will not need because it's very distracting. Removing that kind of makes it easy as well. But when I have to establish the final lines, I should probably reduce the size a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a while. But yes. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. But yeah, Madoka, do you plan on attending any anime related events in the future? Probably. I'm not sure if you do live close to any anime cons or something like that. So I know, certainly from my side, no. Previous experience or from what you've seen, reason why you wouldn't want to attend those events. Something bad happened? Because I can't. Oh, I'm not saying now, but I mean like in the future. I don't know when, but like 5 years from now. But that's too far to basically even say you could or could not. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, that's fair. Like honestly, I wouldn't. Like if I had the opportunity now to attend, I would. Although I heard some very like there's only it's always fun, but there's always just a few things that kind of turn me away from the idea, and that's the sad reality that you will have to deal with other people smelling terrible, and then you can't do anything about it. So you have to just like accept the defeat of the smell and just go with it. So that's the one thing I do look at in a sense of sad, but I think I can manage without too many issues. But yeah. Oh my days. Nobody's watching. Okay. What can I do here? But yeah, what are your thoughts on the sketch so far? It's funny how it started because I was really not confident as to how it'll look. Surprisingly, it looks pretty interesting. And this is the first time I've ever like done something like this at the perspective without a reference, and then I just thought about it. Like it. Thank you. I'm happy that you like it. You know. Remember, I have to do my best to basically escape the basement. Yeah, because you said you were going to be a lot more strict with your basement, which I don't like. But at least it hasn't been so bad so far. The drawing has been nice. Yeah. I don't know when I'll finish the YouTube short, but probably will be able to finish it in due time because I haven't been able to work on it, and I was planning on working on it on the stream as well. But I can't promise anything. All I know is that I need to drop a new video. Excuse me, this month, and hopefully I'll be able to drop 2 videos if I can. But for now, it's just gonna be one video before I return home, and then afterwards, it's gonna be a busy. What you call it? It'll be a busy holiday season. So although I do not have a actual job, I have some work to do when I get back home. The work that I'm carrying back from the university, which is quite fun, to say the least. I have to look at an optimistic stance as well. Yeah. But yeah, I think this looks fine so far. Okay, is there a reason why she has like 2 giant gemstones on her hand? I don't know why it took me this long to ask actually, but it's very intriguing. Does it have to do like with something with her magic? Maybe enhancing her spells, or as a part of her backstory as to what caused her to become a witch? Yes, the character design. Oh wait, is that your answer? Okay. That's I guess that's fair. Because you did say she was the structure witch, so I was like, it's pretty nice to have the gears, but is it really that necessary to be like blinged up? Like we see the fit, see the outfit, it looks great. Maybe just killing people with style. Oh, sorry, I mean deleting people with style. That was a misinput. YouTube, that was a misinput. Yes, imagine just taking people out with style, which is what you should, to be fair, if you want to go out on a date with them. But besides that, her taking out is of a different matter. She takes them out and they never return. They enjoy the date so much that they don't really want to go back home. You know? Theory could be because she was made up of multiple magical goals. Wow. That those are the magical goals, soul gems, and more are hidden somewhere. That, I think that can work actually. Because it does make sense. If she is an amalgamation of different, magical goals, then it could just be the different traits of those ghosts being shown through the magical gems and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that is a pretty cool theory to have. And honestly, I do rate that from your side. Really awesome theory. How many episodes does Madoka Magica have? If it's another like 12 episode banger of an anime, I am gonna cry because there have been too many anime that just have like 12 episodes and they are like one of the best anime to be released. And obviously they don't release like a season 2 because that's like the purpose of releasing just one episode. And not one, just releasing 12 episodes. But it's so sad. So it makes you want to see more of it. It has movies, side story and other stuff. Okay. It's pretty interesting. Cuz I do feel that I'm already intrigued by the design. And from the explanations you've given me, the story does look like it's an absolute banger. And many people have really loved Madoka Magic and have been talking about it for a while. I just never really thought of starting it up until you showed me how cool it is. So I have to jump in and check out Madoka Magica. If I don't, I'll just be basically denying myself of peak fiction. So yeah. Oh, speaking of which, there's actually a movie coming in 2026 called Witch Name Rising. Ooh, that sounds. Wait, is it gonna be like a origin story of one of the witches? Maybe one of the magical girls who was probably feared beforehand. I don't know if all of the enemies got touched on in the previous movies and anime, but do you think it will just surround that type of logic? What's his name? Is it Madoka Kaname or is it Isabel or Walpurgisnacht? If it is Walpurgisnacht, that's gonna be a banger of a movie because that character is very interesting. Oh, okay, that is definitely gonna be a banger of a movie, and I would want to see it. 2026 is not too far away now, and it's funny because at the beginning of the year it felt so far away, but now we're here. Pretty nice stuff, if I do say so myself. Well, that was all the erasing. Well, Purgish, that's so glazed, bro. She is a good character. Then that means she has justified glaze. Because honestly, there's nothing more I hate than a character who's glazed but for no good reason. Like that. That's when I would actually like throw my gloves off and be like, okay, now let's get serious. Like there has to be a reason why they need to like glaze her to the absolute degree. Okay, now we're going back to the design. Okay, in my rendition, her head is pretty big, so I do ask for forgiveness, and I'll try to include her design, like her dress design, a lot better. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to. First, let us test without the what you call it, the tool. Not that bad. It's really not that bad. Wow. But maybe I've just gotten better somehow. The controlling. Maybe it's just the pen. Why is it? Okay. You know what? As an exception, I'll use this for the outline. Because ain't no way, bro. Okay. Because should I? No, 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 no. Let me start from the beginning. In the beginning. Let's see. First, that's 38. I don't know why it's that high. 12.6. Super fine. Super fine line. Yeah. Okay. If it's a super fine line, it's like super difficult. But other witches are also really powerful and stuff. The tool. Yeah, I have heard that the witches from Madoka Magica are really powerful. And so I was saying before, it's surprising how it goes from a story about like very adorable girls to beings that can basically destroy like the majority of like fictional characters. Like, how does that make sense? Make it make sense, you know? But I don't think they want to make it make sense. But I think the evolution of it is pretty cool. It puts a spin on what people normally expect whenever they see a show that's like concentrated on like adorable girls and stuff like that. The QB, the incubator made all of this, by the way. But he made the magical girls into witches. Oh, what are you saying? You saying that's the person to blame? Cute Kitty made all of despair and suffering into world destroying beings. Oh yeah, that's another thing. How in the world did an adorable like every single thing that's adorable in this show can kill someone for no reason? I need to stop saying that word. Every single adorable thing in this show could delete someone. How? It is so scary to even think about because right now it's like how did we even get there? QB makes a contract with a girl to be a magical girl. Magical girl turns into a witch. That's when they are overcome by their despair, right? If I'm not mistaken. If they don't have if their mental state goes bad, then they become a witch. Okay, yeah. At least I remember that part. And I love like I haven't had a cat before, like as like owning one, but from the ones I've interacted with, like on campus, they seem pretty chill. Now QB's ruining the image. Now I can't trust anything that's adorable. You know, am I trying to turn me into a world-ending threat for no good reason, just for the fun of it? So wait, the witches fight each other, but do they ever realize? that QB is like the problem? Do we ever get to that point where one of them is like, wait a minute, the common factor is that we asked QB to grant us power and then we ended up here. So no one thinks of that. It's just uh, a battle against everybody else. Or am I wrong about that? Okay, let's go this way. Magical girls only know QB granted them the wish, and they know he is a bad person. Then why haven't they fought them yet? Because if they already know who the problem is, in order to stop other magical girls from turning into witches, you have to go after the source. Right now, the source of all of that is Big QB. Bro just chilling. Like, how's that fair? Witches are too consumed by their sadness to even realize it because of the law of cycles. That is wild, actually. It's fair, but wild. So now QB basically wins by default because none of them will ever like snap out of they will never snap out of the sadness that they're feeling because they're just too busy in their own heads to even look outward and find a permanent solution. That is actually crazy. Okay, let's make this gemstone a bit bigger. All right. Okay. I'll leave that one. That was her wish. Okay, what was her wish again? It is the magical girl's fate, but Madoka resetted the universe, the multiverse, and erased all witches before they were born and got into godhood. That's crazy. That was her wish. That's wild. Just rewind them to be kids again and then just erase the cat. Now everyone else is wiped out of existence. Because of who? Because of QB, again. That's why I'm saying QB is really making me like second guess every single thing in the world that's like very adorable. Now I have to think that they are potentially the most evil thing that could ever exist in this world. Okay, there needs to be a ring about this. Yes. Okay. I'm very bad drawing circles. Um, I need be quiet. My mom just sent me. Wanna know a sad magical goal? You could tell me. But really, Madoka, if you really need to go and like study for physics, you might actually need to. I don't want you to get into trouble. But yeah, you could tell me about the sad goal, sad magical goal. Yeah. Nagisa Momoe, a child, by the way, named magical girls, teens or preteens, didn't believe QB was powerful enough to heal her mom. Interesting stuff. I know. I hope QB. I actually do hope QB didn't do anything bad. So Nagisa wished to have a cheesecake shared with her mom for the last time. That is actually quite sad. Did QB just heal the mother out of spite to show his power? But when she discovered QB could have cured her mom, she fell into despair and turned into Charlotte. Ah, that's sad. Boy, in that situation, doesn't that make like isn't it Charlotte's fault then? But it would have ended badly for her anyway. Her mother wasn't that great to her. Hmm, that is quite interesting. Because right now my argument is I understand that definitely healing her mom was like probably like the number one priority, which is very much understandable. My overall question is, would it have worked, like to an absolute degree? Would it actually have worked? Because I do doubt. Because I feel like there's probably like a catch or something that QB would have had when it comes to um healing her mom. But maybe I could be wrong about that as well. Right. Uh, Charlotte is Nagisa's witch. Also, QB goes for girls who have potential to be magical. I guess that does make sense. It's to establish, the dominance. That does make sense. Not only actually just establishing dominance, but it's easy to work with and produces better results, if I was to say. Yeah, it's pretty fair. I need to. Wait a minute. How do I make this pattern? That's not how I do it. That's not how I do it, indeed. Not at all. Okay. Yes, I think that's how I do it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Pop up. Okay. Backtrack. Okay. Um. Oh my days, the exhaustion is actually hitting me very strongly now. But at least for now, all I know is that from a drawing perspective, I'll be fine. For the most part, at least. Yeah. Okay. Uh, um. Okay. Okay. Is it? I don't know if I do it that way or not. Probably not. Yeah. Yeah. Should be fine. And then. Oh. Okay. It's moving along quite well, actually. Do not know. Kind of locking in for the moment in time. I do. It seems to be a ring a rosy type thing at the bottom. Look at that, and then okay. All right. I don't know. This design is so intricate. Oops. Okay. Okay. I think that's what I should do to the bottom one as well. Just move it. Right. And then that should be all. Maybe I should reduce this one as well. It's gonna be quite interesting. See how it works out. Yep. Okay. Okay. Um, oh my days. Looks so simple though. Okay, I need the ring. Mm-hmm. Ballerina type clothes are very difficult to draw. Really are difficult. Yeah. So if I don't know what to do, can you use second one and then the last batch? These ribbon like these. Mm-hmm. Wait, I have to do that over and over again? No. Okay, so this one is just like blades. I have to do that at the bottom. Okay, so there's just like some slight variation. That's fine. Ooh, I just realized, okay. So because this is covering that up, I can't actually see. That's the notion I'm going for. It's essentially invisible. Right. Mm-hmm. right. Should have probably been playing some music right about now. But I don't want to be copyright striked by anybody. Anybody, anywhere can't afford a copyright strikey. Okay, I have to make some ones in between. Yeah, yeah. The tiny ones. Oh my days. I need to make countless of these now. Mm, yeah. Exhaustion is slapping me like crazy right now. Shapes. Just wish someday I'll be able to take inspiration from these like designs like these. Not like completely rip them off, but to be able to create my own like different characters and give them very unique designs without struggling to do so, you know. And it's always nice to be able to try and really lock in at the designs. Sometimes it's just too difficult. Think I need to rub these ones out. I don't know like the up for it. Let's go. Right. And final one before the big boys. And even know how this works, the different shape design and stuff like that. So I remember an artist's best friend is a human's brain, because our brains are so powerful that these simple lines that I'm making will look so complex. On their own, they just look like random lines, which they aren't really, but as soon as I branch out, they look like those, I don't know what those things are called, that bend about like the ballroom dresses and stuff like that. How? I guess the power of the brain. Because I really do not know how to draw these things. But I'm doing something and it's working. And I love it. Yeah, there's two lines in this one. So I have to. Ooh. Okay, that's line 2, I believe. Yeah, that's line 2. And then, yeah. The rest I'll just leave it for that. Ooh. What do I do? So I remember there's supposed to be a thing here. Like that. Yeah. So now we have that. And then now we're going to the gears. Up. All right. And yeah. Okay. Don't know how this looks overall. Or just circles, okay. Trying to figure out how the U-tau works. Yeah, I don't think, like, is it like in terms of friction or something? Because I don't remember. And I should, because specifically I only started using tau when it came to torque, if I remember correctly. So are you like dealing with torque right now in the physics topic? Oh my goodness. Imagination. Right. Nope, it's not good. Oh my days. always not telling it. Okay. Need to study for physics. Got to go. No problem. I'll see you later. I might actually just end the stream not too long from now. I'm just gonna make sure that I finish the initial, like just the outlining, and then afterwards I will try to finish the drawing later on, and we'll be sure to post it for you. So no worries. All the best for the physics test, and I hope it goes well. Bye. Well, okay. These are gonna be the final bits of the drawing. I've been quiet for the most part because I've been trying to lock in, and yeah, for the most part it's been going well. What started as a drawing I was not really sure about has turned into a drawing I really loved and love as it stands, because I didn't think that this would turn out too great, but it's looking very promising so far. Well, just to see what happens. Really, we'll have to see what happens. So yeah. Let's see, okay, I have two more thingies here to do. Ooh yeah. Is that fine? No, I don't think that's fine. Yeah. Beautiful stuff, I would imagine. Um, right now, I don't have any definite details for the thing. This look like there's an actual line in between. So yeah, I'll just join it here and it there. Okay, and then try to loop the circle in the best way possible. although it's not really gonna be super possible. But yeah, right now, a-okay, and fully encased. All right, now for the last part. Can you put it? Does it 38? Details 38. Well, I found it 38. So yeah. Ah, that looks so bad. Yeah. Oh, that looks so bad. That looks so disturbing. No, I think as well. I think yeah. All right. Right. Okay. Okay, so I'm stopping for now. I do need to fix this though. Oh, this is the finished sketch, I guess, of Walpurgisnacht for now. Next time, I'll just be diving back in to coloring back, not coloring back in. I'll color it in off stream, and we'll upload the results then. But thank you for everybody who was in on stream. Took a while to start, but really glad it worked out. Later.